Hello my crafty friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. This is Sheree and I hope you're having a great day. And if you're not, I hope my video helps you feel better. So yeah, I want to show you how this traveler's notebook turned out that we made the other day out of the envelopes. It's so adorable. Look at this. Okay, so we're gonna do a little flip through. What we did was take two, the long, narrow envelopes. I think they're called number 10 envelopes, maybe. Anyway, we made this little journal. The cover is using those as a base, and we used this adorable airplane uh, scrapbook paper on the cover, on the front and back. This ticking like fabric on the spine. I've got a wraparound, like just little wraparound closure here, so that if somebody actually wants to take this with them, like this can be an anything journal, it can be anything you want, it doesn't have to be a travel journal. But if you wanted it to be a travel journal, I didn't want anything hanging off of it or getting in the way as far as just like sticking it in your bag or whatever, or even just taking it in and out, whatever. Anyway, so that's why it doesn't have a tassel. That's why it doesn't have a wraparound like bow kind of fabric or even ribbon type closure. It has this little elastic which is through the eyelets. It just wraps around here, and then it goes over this little star button, which I'll show you on the inside how it's attached. And then I made these long this is elastic, so it can just pull off the little button here, and it's open. And I put these adorable beads here on the elastic. But this can be reconfigured if it ever got too, right now it's the perfect size. But if it got too short, I would just, if I wanted to kind of reconfigure it, I would take my pokey tool and just undo this knot and make it longer if you wanted to. And you can always take these beads off too if they got in your way. So on the inside, so this is all sewn around with some red thread. I thought that was really pretty with some of the airplanes are red, and then there's like gray or grayish blue almost, and yellow airplanes. So then the star here for the little button, I put it through here and attached it, and then in a way, and I showed you that on the video, so you can go back and look at that. But then to cover up the reinforcement on this side, I put this rickrack here. So on the inside here, the cover is nice and sturdy, by the way. Here's a few little goodies I gathered up for someone to have a few goodies to work with after I finish this journal. But there's a pocket here, and I have a little, some of the scrapbook paper I just cut it up and made little journaling cards out of it. So it was double-sided, but I picked the side I liked best for someone to be able to use it as as a journaling cards. And these came out so cute. So let me show you, look how adorable these are. I backed them with, first of all, the scrapbook paper was cardstock. And then I backed them with file folders, so they're extra sturdy. But see, you got all this writing room on the back, and then you have this really adorable picture on the front. So there's the first one. And by the way, here's some of the fabric here on the inside. The fabric is on the inside and the outside, this like ticking type fabric. And the envelopes were coffee dyed, so you can see that here. So I think it's a really pretty inside cover there. And this does fit in there. And we use some pretty very practical scrapbook papers in here, so that whoever gets this in the end will be able to have plenty of room to put in here whatever they want. So this is a good spot also to tuck in if you have some receipts or little mementos. You could tuck them in here. There's some room in there. And then, okay, so the first paper here is this pretty blue one. And on the back, I have, as you could see, I have several of my paper clips, my decorated paper clips here, holding things on. So the first thing is this, I put like travel related, scenic postcards in here. And all my postcards are vintage, and I've picked them up. Actually, a few of them I got in Happy Mail, And then most of them I got at an antique shop one time. I discovered or came upon the mother lode of postcards. So I have lots of postcards. Anyway, this was a really beautiful one. And those corners, I don't think I rounded them. They were already rounded. The corners are rounded. And here's the back, never used. So you can see, you can read. Whoever gets this will be able to read what it says on here. Guadalajara, Mexico. Sorry about the stumbling on the pronunciation there. But yeah, this is Mexico. It's really beautiful though. Really beautiful scene. So that is here. I just wanted to show you that scene because that is, I think that's a really beautiful one. And then I did put some map paper in here, and we put the pages in here, and we did it on Memorial Day. This is from my Memorial Day special where we put this whole thing together. I put a little sticker here. Take a walk to the wild side, it says. So yeah, I just put a couple of cute stickers in here. This is a parrot type little playing card here, and I put that here because, you know, if you're traveling in a tropical area like Mexico, you might see a parrot. I know when I lived in Florida, we would see flocks of parrots flying overhead because someone started the parrot revolution where they let their parrot go and our parrots, and then what happened? We developed, or they developed, flocks of parrots. So they are, you know, you would always hear them coming. So that's for sure. Anyway, here's a pocket with another one of the postcards. Look how that one turned out. Yeah, she was on that scrapbook paper, and I thought she's the one who kind of inspired me to turn these into journaling cards because I saw her on there. I was like, wouldn't she make a beautiful, you know, almost looks like a postcard, but it's a journaling card. Very beautiful. And this is actually avocado dyed, this scrapbook paper here. This one is too, I didn't mention it, but see the pink hue? That is avocado dye. So very beautiful on the front and back. Here's some graph paper. Here is some ledger paper. And I've got a, this is a over the page. I have a few of these, and I'm not going to take them all off, but I'll take this one off and show you what it is. So it's a piece of scrapbook paper that was a cut off, and I rounded all of the edges. So, oh, here, wait a minute. Look, I missed these two. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We can't leave that without having rounded edges. I missed a couple. So, anyway, I think these are super fun. First of all, you could cut them apart and use these pieces individually, you know, if you want to cut them apart. Or you could glue it down, maybe as a pocket. Or you could put it like this somewhere and have it, you know, or like this. You know, just have some fun with it. That's why it's in here. So you can make tags or pockets or journal cards, you know. So it's just extra space for you. So that's there. And that's also avocado dyed on the back. Here's another sticker here that says 3 Pines. I love that sun behind the trees there. And this is some pretty scrapbook paper here. This can be written on. I mean, any of these pages can be really written on because most of them are pretty light and not too overly crowded with patterns. If they are, that's where you want to glue down your tickets and things that you want to keep. Pictures, maybe. So here's another one. Let's see, that was one that there over the page. And here's another over the page. So they're all similar. Maybe a little wider. Like this one looks like it's a little wider. But I loved this pattern on here too. It looks like clocks or compasses. So that one's there. Scrapbook paper here. Oh, by the way, this is coffee dyed notebook paper, something like that. It used to have lines and they melted or they scattered, dispersed when I coffee dyed them, and you get these really cool blue lines running through the paper. And then here is some scrapbook paper. Pocket here, and another one of those journaling cards I made out of the scrapbook paper. Didn't they turn out cool? I just really love them. I love the scenes on here and just the kind of collage look. So Then here's another piece of matte paper. This came, by the way, if you didn't see the first video where I made this, it was on Memorial Day. So just go back and you can look at that. It was a special thing I did to make this complete journal on Memorial Day. And I used an atlas, which was about, I'm going to guess, around 8.5 by 11, because I didn't want to use, I have a huge one, but I didn't need that for this journal. So I just used the one that would fit in here, which was around 8.5 by 11. So here is a journaling card. This is cardstock on the back. It's sewn around. It's got a few layers, but it had this kind of map looking piece on the front, so I put that in here. And this paper clip has a little bow on it, so it is also decorated. All the paper clips are decorated. Another map piece. Now this map was from an old telephone book, I believe, if I remember right. Very pretty. Got some old stamps on there. Those are real, you know, everything in here is original, no copies or digitals. Got a little topper there, and then it's sewn around, and there's writing space on the back. This paper clip's decorated with a little piece of a bandana, and that is there. Here's the center, and in the center I pulled out. I looked for something special, and I found a couple little charms here. This is a whale tail. Like, I think that's just so cool. Like, if it's actually going to be a travel journal, that, you know, maybe you're snorkeling or fishing or watching the dolphins or the whales. Anyway, there you go. And it's a beautiful gold with this blue color on it charm. And then this one is a beautiful shell too. I hope you can see how beautiful these are, but they really are quite pretty, hanging on the strings there in the center. So as we keep flipping, there's quite a lot on this half of flip outs, because I tried to keep the paper, you know how I do. I try to be use the papers in the best way possible and not make too many scraps. So I try to keep it together whichever way, by making pockets or, you know, flip out. So this is actually quite wide by the time you flip this out. Map, you know, more of the atlas paper there. Pocket here. Another one of the journaling cards made out of that cool scrapbook paper with all the travel related things. I love the calendar back on the back of this one right here. It has really, like some tickets. It's a really cool collage, you know. I mean, it's something that you would want to do with your little, you know, it's kind of an inspiration for something you might want to do with your little pieces, wherever, you know, if you want to use this as a travel journal. So here's another over the top little page, you know, decoration that you can take off and take apart. Now this one is something I made quite a few of these last year and put them in one of my travel journals. I only made one travel journal last year, and I would like to make some more of these just like this with the envelopes and everything, because it was really fast. And like you see, I didn't decorate because I want this to be, and you know, I kind of made it how I would want it if I was getting a travel journal or making one for myself. I would want it wide open for me to put all my junk in here. You know what I mean? So anyway, this is like a little dangle. So it's hanging on this paper clip, and hanging on there is a bulb pin. And then these are all attached. So we've got these are little stickers. This one looks like a license plate. There's a little airplane here. This looks like a basketball game ticket. And this is backed. These two are stickers. This was a sticker, but I backed it onto some file folder. So I made it into like a little tag. And then this is some travel related stickers I had. I just put them all on here, and they're all backed onto file folder too. So you can use this as a whole, or you could actually even cut this up if you wanted to, all the little individual stickers, and use them separately. So just a fun little dangle of goodies there. And that's actually hanging on a fold out. So all avocado dye, beautiful avocado dye. And so here's another sticker here. All good things are wild and free, and that's a bunny, little bunny, on this ledger paper. And you've got, oops, I got the paper clip folded over two pieces here. Let me separate that. There we go. Okay. And then graph paper. Here I have, this is a little sticker that is like mosquito spray. It says anti, and then it has the mosquitoes there in a little spray, and it's a spray bottle. I thought that was just too adorable not to put in here. So, you know, I like cute things, right? This is kind of cute, vintagey, you know, new, old, all of the above. Anyway, another beautiful journaling card here. Writing room on the back. So these pockets are wide open for decorating if you would like to decorate them. Here's another postcard. And this one is, well, it has a date here, 1966, that someone wrote on here. And it's Boise, Idaho. Interesting. Because that doesn't, I would never guess that that was Boise, Idaho. It looks like Mexico again. Because this looks like kind of a Spanish, Mexican-inspired building here with the, like the red, kind of almost looks like a red clay roof, you know, the tiles. But it does say Union Pacific RR Passenger Depot, Boise, Idaho. Interesting. So it's probably a very old building. But there you go. Another beautiful vintage postcard right here on this atlas paper. And then another fold out. There we go. And then the back of the journal with another pocket and another beautiful natural hot springs in Japan there. Beautiful drawing card. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed. When you see this video, it will be in my shop. And just as simple as that to close it up. The goodies I have are not that much, but just like I said, a few things I gathered off my desk when I was finished with making this journal. Just a few pieces of that scrapbook paper. See, it was double-sided. So you can use those as you wish. Quite a few of those, actually. Here is a couple pieces of graph paper. I love saving papers like this for little writing spots, or you can make little labels or whatever you want. Oh, here's another piece of that scrapbook paper. Here's a little piece of the ticking fabric. And then I took the little strips that were, these are, these are, okay. No, I was trying to remember if I had any strips left. I guess I did not, so these are from my little strip container. You know, I've showed it to you before where I sew the strips together. Anyway, this one had little scooters on it, so I thought that was super cute to kind of go with this theme of this journal. And then these are just two little cute ones. And so these can be used as a whole or used, you know, cut them up and use them for tabs. You can also cut up any of these little pieces and make little tabs in here if you wanted to, or just whatever. Use them for backing, you know, but, you know, you can just put these on the edge of a page and they're a nice decoration if you wanted to. You can make a little tuck spot out of this one too, like if you glued it on the edge of a page over on this side, and then there you go, you have a tuck spot. Same with these too, you know, just whatever you want to do with those. There's just so many options with something like that. And I left the strings I see in this one. I probably meant to cut that off, but there's a really long string on there. I'll leave it so somebody could cut that off if they want. But anyway, this will be in my shop when you see this video. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.